everybody. Welcome to today's happy hour hang. Hello. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. We have so much to get into on this happy hour hang. Hello. I love seeing you guys all say hi to one another. I live for it. I live for our community. We got Canna Grandma in here already. Miss Tabitha, Sacred Space, Jessica, George. Normie's here. I am so happy to see all of y'all's faces. Jelena, you guys, we have a lot to get into on this live happy hour hang. Something that we just added to the rundown. We're going to be talking about Selling Sunset's Christine Quinn. I want to get into that tea because that is insane. We're also going to be talking about Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, Drake Bell, and Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider is sitting down for an interview and finally addressing a lot of the allegations made against him in that Nickelodeon documentary, which you guys, I finally watched, and it is really insane. We're also going to be talking about Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas, Ariana Grande, a big Kate Middleton update for you guys, really big Kate Middleton update. Somebody tried to steal her medical records from the hospital and expose them. That's crazy. One of her and William's friends are also kind of buying into the controversy. They're also worried about what's going on with her. And we also know how Prince Harry is feeling about all of this going on. We're also going to be talking about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet, and Florence Pugh. Kind of a crazy story there, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, TMZ trying to cause drama for them. And then we're going to get into this Selena Gomez tea. Miss Kim. Hi, all. Not feeling well tonight, so just going to sit back and listen. Kim, I am so sorry you're not feeling well. There is absolutely nothing worse. Please sit back, relax, enjoy the tea. I'm so sorry that you're not feeling good. We are sending you all of the positive healing vibes. Also, if you guys could send some positive vibes towards our family's way. My Mama Hill had to take our dog to the vet today, and she's 14. So, you know, anytime that you have to take an older dog to the vet, it is very nerve-wracking. We think she's been having some tummy trouble. So if you guys could also send us some positive vibes, we are all just a nervous wreck because, you know, she is the baby of the family. We're all obsessed with her. So if you guys could send us some positive vibes and some love, I think everything is going to be okay because I'm manifesting. Everything is going to be fine. But, you know, we just get a little stressed because we love our fur babies more than anything. So please, Canna Grandma, we're sending prayers to you as well. Oh no, I'm sorry. My dad's also in the hospital. Prayers for all. Yes, you guys, absolutely. That is why we have this community. So whenever we have real things going on, we can utilize one another, send positive vibes to one another, and also we can use this hour of time to kind of forget about everything, sit back and relax if we're not feeling well or whatever we have going on in our life. This is our time to relax and unwind and all of those things. Live with Marissa, thank you. Oh my goodness, blessings and positive vibes to you, Kim, for a speedy recovery, and to you, Madison, and your family. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Everything's gonna be fine. I know it is, but you know how it is, you guys. Whenever you have, you know, a little dog, you never want them to go to the vet. You always want them to just be home with you. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you guys so much. Oh, Normie, your pup is also a little sick with diarrhea right now. Okay, is something going on with the pups? Is something going around with the pups? That actually makes me feel a little bit better because that's kind of along the lines of the problems that she's been having. So it's going to be okay. We're all going to be fine. It's all going to be all right, you guys. We have each other. We have this live happy hour hang. Priscilla, let's get this party started. Absolutely. You guys, we're going to be talking about Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, Drake Bell and Dan Schneider, Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas, Ariana Grande, big Royals update with Kate Middleton, you guys, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, which I feel like is a little bit of foreshadowing because on Monday at the end of our happy hour hang, somebody asked me my thoughts on Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, and now she was on Call Her Daddy and is spilling some tea. And also it's making me a little skeptical of what's going on with them. And then we're going to get into this Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet tea. There are rumors that Florence Pugh is not a fan of Kylie Jenner, which is a big deal because Florence and Timothée Chalamet are obviously great friends. They've worked together for several years. Also, a little update. Oh, okay, you guys, hold on. Mama Hill just sent me a text, and I'm so sorry. I'm going to read it really quick because I just want to know what's going on. She just sent me a text really quick about a little update. Okay, they're going to do an x-ray, but she is a little dehydrated, so they're gonna give her some fluids. Okay, okay, perfect. All right, whew. Okay, Valerie, you're worried about taxes. Girl, me too. I feel like we got a lot of stressors today, you guys, and that's fine. And that is why we have this happy hour hang. Yeah, thank you guys for letting me check that live update. I was just like, I saw a text from Mama Hill, and I was like, we need to know what's going on right away. So thank you guys so much. Now I feel like I'm not as distracted and I can like breathe for a second. They're giving her some medication, giving her some fluids, and we're gonna get a little x-ray to make sure her tummy is okay. So, whew, okay. Sorry everybody, now I can focus. Please do not judge me. We are like really obsessed with our dog. So thank you for understanding and letting me check that text live. I really appreciate you guys. We're also going to be talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and we're also going to be talking about Selena Gomez and an update on Rare Beauty. So thank you guys so much. Oh my God, I'm already seeing that you guys are being so sweet. I appreciate you guys more than you freaking know. Oh God, whew. Okay, sorry everybody. Yes, Gigi, she already gets, Bentley eats better than most humans, you guys. Mama Hill hand makes her ground rice, or ground turkey with brown rice, or sometimes she gets lamb and brown rice. Like she's like I said, she's an older dog, so she's getting all of the things that she needs. We let her have whatever she wants. She is living her golden years. She is our emotional support animal, so we let her have whatever she wants. Jessica said, oh, hey Madison, my nan said hi. She's called Barbara. She loves the Tavis updates. Jessica, please tell your nan hello. I'm gonna call her nan because if you call her nan, we call her nan. Tell her hello, and that we have some Tavis updates for you. Okay, you guys, thank you guys you guys are literally the best. I love you all so much for not judging me and letting me check those texts while we're going live. Like, this is why I'm happy that we have our own thing going on, because y'all let me do that, and you guys are truly the best. Like I said, we have a lot to get into on this happy hour hang, and I cannot wait to get into all of this tea. Yes, Gigi, may not need the rice. Wild animals don't go for the rice. I know, I think the rice, we're gonna probably stop the rice. She also drinks ice water, you guys, just to like fill you in on the level of how bougie this dog is, you know what I mean? She will not drink her water unless there's ice in it, you know what I mean? That's the level. She is an empty nester dog through and through, you know what I mean? Jessica said, we would never judge you for that, Madison. We're all family here. Y'all are really the best. I know Shay just got in the chat. Thank you for being so nice. Shay's also like, we've been nervous wrecks all day, you guys. We just want her to be feeling her best, you know what I mean? So you guys are truly incredible. Okay, Jessica said my dog drinks bottled water. See, okay, we're all crazy about our pets. What I've learned today about the House of Hill is not only do we already have a million things in common, but now we have 1,000,001 things in common, because I'm learning that we're all crazy about our pets, and I feel like that's how it should be. If you're not crazy about your pet, why do you even have one? You know what I mean? That's how I feel, at least. Let's see. Rosa said, I have a grandson and his name is Bronx. He's a pit bull mix. Okay, Bronx is like the perfect pit bull name. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love that. I love that everyone is sharing about their dogs. This is making me happy and making me feel so much better. Hello, SC. Hi, friends. Made it to the live. I'm so happy you're here. For those of you who are just tuning in, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, Tabitha. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. You guys know it helps people get their YouTube notifications who haven't gotten it. So please do so if you haven't already. Also, hello to all of our after watchers. I want to make sure I say hello and acknowledge you. We love you. We stan you. Thank you for being here. Yes, Valerie said, gotta check on Mama Hill. Yes, exactly. Because you guys, Mama Hill is at the vet by herself. So we had to check in and make sure that everything is okay, because that is never fun. Mama Hill carries the Hill family on her back always. Mama Hill always is carrying the Hill family on her back solely. If you're just tuning in, what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset, Kyle Richards, Mauricio Umansky, Drake Bell, Dan Schneider. We're going to be talking about Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas, Ariana Grande. Big Royals update, you guys, about Kate Middleton. People were trying to get her hospital records. Megan Fox, Machine Gun Kelly, Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and Miss Selena Gomez. Happy early birthday, Cass. Oh my gosh. Aries season, amazing. I love it, I love it, I love it. Because then after Aries season, we get Taurus season. So yes, happy early birthday. Miss Autumn, hey Madison, I read an article today that if Selena sells her rare beauty company, that would make her a billionaire, and I'm so happy I made it. Autumn, you already know we're getting into that Selena tea. You already know that's what we're gonna be doing. And I think it would actually make her a billionaire times 2. So we'll get into that. I cannot wait to get into that Selena tea. It is good, good tea. Jessica said, my mom's birthday is tomorrow. Love me a powerful Aries woman. Oh my God, okay. You guys, we got a lot of Aries in here. We got Tauruses and Aries, and I think we got a couple Pisces. Yay, I live for it. Okay, I'm loving it. All right, you guys, look at us breaking Aries stereotypes. Jelena, I'm dying. Okay, let's go ahead, you guys, and get into this tea. We're gonna kick things off with a little bit of breaking news because more details came out before we went live, and I wanted to make sure I gave you guys the most up-to-date information. So for those of you who watched Selling Sunset on Netflix, you remember Christine Quinn. She hasn't been on it the past 2 seasons, but she was the girl who brought all the drama, long blonde hair. She actually left the show when she married a multi-millionaire tech guy. Well, as of today, news broke, you guys, and this is a little bit of a trigger warning as well because we're going to be talking about some domestic violence when it comes to Christine Quinn. So I just want to give you guys a fair warning about that. Her husband, Christian, was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon Tuesday afternoon. According to authorities, he went to go throw a bag that contained a glass bottle at Christine, and he missed Christine and ended up hitting their 2-year-old son. Insane. Obviously, she called the police. He was arrested in a bathrobe and bare feet. Paramedics came and obviously checked out Christine's child. He ended up having to go to the emergency room via ambulance. The little boy's okay, but they just wanted to make sure he was okay and take him to the hospital. And then the husband is now obviously arrested. He was booked on a $30,000 bail, which hasn't been posted yet, which I think is interesting because he would always brag about how rich he was. So if you're somebody who retired early and had multi-millions of dollars, I would think that you could post a $30,000 bail. So that's interesting to me that that hasn't been posted yet. That's according to page 6 at least. And then also, Christine Quinn was offered an emergency order of protection against her husband, and she went ahead and accepted it. So she will have an order of protection against him for 7 days. And then obviously we'll see what else plays out, but just absolutely crazy breaking news. I saw someone say Christine made the show. She did. She brought all of the drama. Jelena's doing the math for us. 30K bail, so you'd need 3K to even get out. Exactly. But I'm just saying, as someone who is supposedly this like rich person, I would think that he would already be out, which she's protected because she has the order of protection. And I'm kind of now thinking like, Jelena said, girl, even I can make a 30K bail. That was, okay, Jelena, that made me giggle. But I'm wondering, do you think there's like money issues going on? Clearly something's going on in their relationship. I just am sickened over the fact that their child was involved. Like that made me super nauseous. As soon as I read that, I was like, oh my God. Definitely crazy. Definitely more is going to come out about it. So I will fill y'all in, but that's the most up-to-date information we have is that she was offered an emergency order of protection and she went ahead and accepted it. Jody said, I don't think Christine would have stayed this long if there were money issues. T. And you know what's funny? Michelle said he should stay in jail. Violence against children and women is not on. Yeah, absolutely, Michelle. I agree. You know what's funny is when Mama Hill watched him on Selling Sunset, clocked him immediately and was like, I don't like this guy. He gives me the ick. I feel like he's not a good person. Like right away, the moment he stepped on camera, Mama Hill just got the vibes that this guy was not it. And now that this is happening, I let her know what was going on as a little distraction. And she was like, I told you I didn't trust him. I knew from the second that man was on TV that he was bad news. And she was so right. Never obviously expected it to be this drastic. And if you look up the pictures of his arrest, he does not even look the same. Again, this man was arrested in a bathrobe and bare feet. It's a lot. Yeah. So definitely we're going to send all of our positive vibes to Christine Quinn and her son. Hopefully they are safe. Hopefully they're okay. And all of that craziness. But I just wanted to let y'all know. Also, Michaela, we will be praying for you and your family. Michaela is going through some things with her dad. I just wanted to let you know, Michaela, I see you. We are offering you prayers. I am sending you so much love, and I hope that we can give you a little bit of a distraction. So I am so, so sorry to hear that. But please know we have your back. If there is one thing that has been confirmed so far over this happy hour hang, you guys, we have each other's back, and that's exactly what the House of Hill is for. That's why it's not even just a community, it's a family. Somebody said that like we're all family here, and truly have not felt that like I feel that all the time, but I'm really feeling it today, and I'm so grateful that we all have each other. Sacred Space said, just a quick shout out to all the sick in bed ones watching, all those having a bad day, all those from other countries, and to all the after watchers. Sacred Space, couldn't have said it any better myself. Could not have said it any better myself. We are all in this thing together. Also, Cousins here as well. We're all in it together, y'all. We really are. Famity. SC, I love that. We are a famity. One big famity. Okay, do I need new merch that says that? I feel like we do. Tinkerbell, we've not talked about Nickelodeon yet. We're going to get to that in one more story, and then we're going to get to the Nickelodeon tea. Moving on, talking about Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, you guys. Now, for those of you who are like, who are they again? Kyle Richards, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Mauricio Umansky is her husband. They're separated after 27 years of marriage. Mauricio is the one who Paris Hilton just dragged on Instagram. Okay, for talking about her dad. So, new report from TMZ, sources close to the separated couple are saying that there is no chance of reconciliation between Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky. These sources told TMZ that Kyle and Mauricio have reached a point of no return, and if they suddenly fix things in their marriage, those closest to them would be, quote, utterly flabbergasted. According to these TMZ sources, some of those closest to Kyle and Mauricio believe that they're dragging their separation out for the sake of their reality shows. Obviously, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. No one is dragging them for doing this and like utilizing their separation to their benefit. But apparently people around them actually think it's a smart move for them to exploit their personal struggles for professional gain as long as they're both okay with it. So apparently that is the reason why Kyle and Mauricio are still living in the same house and still haven't filed for divorce, because they are wanting to exploit their personal struggles for their professional gain as long as they possibly can. What do y'all think of that? Do you think it is okay for a couple to be like, we're gonna drag this separation out as long as possible so we can keep cashing the checks? What do you guys think? Personally, for me, as someone who was like low-key invested in their marriage because they were married for a long time, I always felt like they really loved one another. Hearing that they're doing that turns me off. Like, now I'm just kind of getting the ick, to be honest with you. Katya said that's crazy considering they always looked like the couple relationship in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They were goals. They were absolutely goals. Jelena said it is what it is. It is what it is. And Dave said WTF. Dave said absolutely not. Absolutely not. I agree with you, Dave. I don't know. I feel like for me, it just kind of gives me the ick, especially because they still have a younger daughter who's still living in the house. Their other daughters are also on reality TV. And I don't know. I feel like that also irritates me because Kyle's always yammering about how it's nobody's business and it's so hard being in the public eye and they're trying to figure it out. And she's always very much seemingly playing the victim. But then to hear that really her and Mauricio are trying to use this to their benefit, I'm just not living for it. I'm not living for this report. Miss Cass, the House of Hill is amazing, always supporting each other, and that's why I love your channel and your lives, Madison. Thank you for creating this community. Cass, thank you for being a part of this community. You guys, thank you for showing up every Monday, every Wednesday, every pop-off, and I hope you guys are also liking the outfit of the days. I didn't post one today because obviously I was a little discombobulated from this morning, everything that's been going on. I also went to go possibly look at a new apartment that was unfortunately a bust, but that's okay. But I hope you guys are liking the outfit of the days. Are we liking them? Are we hating them? Let me know. I also did post my skincare routine. So I hope you guys are liking them. I'm really trying to make sure I post one of those every day for you guys. Michaela said, are they really even breaking up? How could you prolong that for exposure if you're really getting a divorce? I'd want to leave ASAP. T, right? I kind of think so too. I would want to just be done, but apparently it works better for them. Also, 222 people here, you guys. Go ahead and manifest something. Yes, okay, I'm glad you guys are loving them, living for it. And then Kiara said, hi, I'm usually the person who has to reheat the tea to dissect the juicy details with my boyfriend. Madison, thanks for always bringing us the hot tea. Kiara, I live for the fact that you dissect the tea with your boyfriend. I'm so happy that you were able to catch this live. I'm living for it. Epic Turtle, I'm trying to get in my influencer era. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on and talk about Drake Bell and Dan Schneider and the Nickelodeon controversy. Also, just so you guys know, I gave you the wrong information. So the Nickelodeon documentary is not on Peacock. I don't know where I got that from. I think I saw a promo and I didn't. It's actually on HBO Max. So the Nickelodeon documentary is on HBO Max. Quiet on Set. I finally watched it. I started it last night, finished it this morning. And you guys, after seeing Drake Bell tell his story, like not just clips, seeing it in its entirety, and then seeing his dad talk about his own story, like his dad react, absolutely brutal. Like if I did not want to destroy Brian Peck before, after hearing Drake Bell's recollection of everything, it's even worse than I knew, honestly. It breaks my heart even more for him and his family. It's crazy. So for those of you who are like, what is the documentary? Remember, this is the documentary that's exposing Nickelodeon, exposing Dan Schneider's bad behavior on set, and exposing Brian Peck, and also a couple other employees who worked for Nickelodeon who were creepy. For example, there was a PA who was arrested for child pornography. But Dan Schneider shockingly decided to sit down and discuss the allegations made in this Nickelodeon documentary. He sat down with iCarly actor Boogie. I didn't watch iCarly, so forgive me. But this interview was really weird, you guys. It was for The Hollywood Reporter, and it looks like they're sitting in Dan Schneider's home. They're sitting really close to one another. And essentially during this interview, Dan Schneider apologized for his behavior on set. He clarified that any inappropriate jokes were not made with the intention of exploiting children. He apologized for his behavior, both rude and his inappropriate behavior of like always asking women for massages. Said that he would never do anything like this now. He also did say in regards to Drake Bell that he did take Drake Bell's allegations seriously. He supported him. He said that he actually helped Drake Bell's mom write her speech to the judge for Brian Peck's sentencing. And so he was supportive of Drake Bell during all of that. He also became really teary-eyed when he talked about how Drake Bell had to go into court and he saw that there were 40 plus Nickelodeon stars, celebrities, all supporting Brian Peck. And the only people supporting him and his allegations were his mom and his brother. So he got teary-eyed when talking about Drake Bell having to go into court. It was just the documentary in and of itself is really horrible. And Dan Schneider's interview where he's apologizing didn't honestly make me feel any better. I feel like now I will never be able to watch like a rerun of all that or any of those Nickelodeon shows without feeling just the absolute ick. Same with Jamie Lynn Spears' show, like Ariana Grande, the jokes he made her do and the things he made her do. Just honestly super, super weird. And the interview was weird. And some people are like applauding him for speaking out. But for me, I'm like, honestly, canceled forever. Like, never need to see Dan Schneider on anything ever again. Never need to see his name tied to anything ever again. Like, I'm over it. Valentina said, I saw Alexa Nicholas from Zoe 102 react to the apology video. It was brutal. She said he had complete control of the narrative he wanted to tell. He was asked to be in the documentary, but he did not. Oh no, the interview was absolutely giving setup. Like, you could tell in the interview, it felt like he gave the questions that he wanted to be asked. You know what I mean? Because it was like a question would be asked and then he would be like, I'm going to stop you right there and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you something. Like, it did not feel like he was put on the spot at all. It did not feel like, it didn't feel like it was very honest. Like I said, really the only time he got teary was talking about Drake Bell. And it just, I don't know. I was not feeling any empathy from him in the slightest. At least that's just for me. I was like, no. He also, Jelena said, I want to know if he messed with Amanda. You know, they didn't fully make that accusation. They did say that he kind of was the driving factor of making her have issues with her parents. Like, he kind of weaseled in between that relationship and really tried to separate her from her parents. They did talk about that, and they did talk about how Amanda would often be alone with Dan Schneider, and all the other kids were told that she was pitching ideas to him and that they were going over sketches. So they didn't fully like make those accusations about Amanda Bynes, but they did allude to some inappropriateness with Dan Schneider and Amanda Bynes. And obviously he's not going to cop to anything like that during that little sit down interview with the Hollywood Reporter. It was weird. Michaela said, it's insane that Dan is a free man, in my opinion. It honestly kind of is. And I think that if that happened today, that man would not be getting a sit-down interview with the Hollywood Reporter. You know what I mean? That would not be a thing. That man would not be sitting down with the Hollywood Reporter. He would not be getting a second chance. He would not be letting, I don't know, it's just weird. It's very bizarre to me that he was even given that interview. Like, I feel like no, it was a no for me. After seeing Drake Bell tell his story, I can't. Sacred Space said, I'm sure all those girls have a gross story to tell. He seemed to think he was invincible with the lengths he did so out in the open. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. But we're going to go ahead and move on, you guys, and talk about Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas. Then we can get into Ariana Grande. Then we're going to get into the Royals. Also, cousin, tell Antonia said hello. I saw you write that in the chat. Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas, you guys, some updated tea. Remember on Monday, we talked about how Joe is trying to race Sophie to the altar. Biggest one eye roll I've ever heard in my life. But in regards to their divorce, you guys, Sophie Turner has now filed to reactivate her and Joe Jonas's divorce case. Now, while this sounds pretty dramatic, it's actually something that just needed to be done. Apparently, even Joe's lawyer said the refiling is part of the legal process. Essentially, she had to refile to reactivate their case because their temporary custody agreement is up. If you guys remember, when Joe Jonas initially filed for divorce, Sophie Turner had to countersue him because she claims that he was withholding the kids' passports and he wouldn't let her take the kids to go visit the UK. So she had to sue him because he was not cooperating with their original plan. So after that whole drama, they did reach a temporary custody agreement, and now that temporary custody agreement is up. So Sophie Turner is filing to reactivate the case so they can get this thing wrapped up and finished. 222 people here, you guys. Go ahead and make another wish. Go ahead and make another manifestation. So yeah, so hopefully they can go ahead and get this divorce wrapped up. I am happy that Sophie is moving on with the aristocrat. I know Joe Jonas is with Stormy Bree, and he's allegedly feeling more relaxed and so much better with her. But I just want them to get this divorce finalized and the custody agreement because it always stresses me out that Joe Jonas is going to try to screw her over. He just gives me that energy, you guys. I don't know. I just want to make sure they get the T's crossed, the I's dotted, and they can move on from the situation because y'all know I just do not trust I do not trust Joe Jonas. I can't. Jessica said, I hate how Joe's handled this whole situation. What a douchebag. I agree, Jessica. I really hate how he's handled the situation. Lindsay said, Joe's been shady since he broke up with Taylor over the phone. Honestly, Lindsay, kind of tea. Honestly, we gave him multiple chances after that. We should have known back then that he was not the guy, you know? But I really loved him and Sophie when they were first together. I truly did. But then after seeing how he's treated her since filing for divorce, I'm like, it's a big fat no for me. And again, I know I'm going to have to move past this. I know I'm going to have to eventually let it go because I know a lot of people love Joe Jonas. A lot of people love the Jonas Brothers. But it's going to take me some time because I just don't trust that man. And it is what it is. And I wish I could change it, but I don't. And I want Sophie Turner to make sure that she gets everything wrapped up so her and the aristocrat can go live happily ever after. Y'all know I'm team aristocrat all the way. Not Sophie Turner literally is winning this breakup. I know Joe Jonas thinks he's winning the breakup, but Sophie Turner is with a multi-millionaire of somebody in high society in the UK. She's living. I know Joe Jonas thinks he's going to win, but I'm already saying that Sophie Turner is winning. And I know that's immature of me, and I know some people the trolls are going to be like, oh my God, grow up. Who cares about winning a breakup? Well, Joe cares, so that's why I'm saying I'm Team Sophie. So there we go. Dave said, Joe better watch out. He didn't watch Game of Thrones. That woman is ruthless. Exactly. And then Jody said to be a fly on the wall during the combos between Sophie and Taylor. Can you imagine? I imagine when Sophie and Taylor get together, they are 3 cosmopolitans deep and just absolutely dragging that man to high heavens. And I wish I could be privy. You guys know I always say I want to be on the group text. I want to be on the group text with Sophie and Taylor and Selena and Brittany Mahomes, even though she still makes me cringe sometimes, but I want to be a part of that group text. And Blake Lively. Okay, let's go ahead, you guys, and move on and talk about Ariana Grande because speaking of divorces, Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez, you guys, are officially divorced. The divorce is complete. Now, we know that they settled their divorce a while back, but a judge finally signed off on the divorce this week, making it legal. Obviously, the legal process here in the United States is very slow, but it's done. Nothing changed in their agreement. Remember, Ariana Grande had to write Dalton Gomez a check for $1.25 million. They also got to split the sale of their LA home, and Ariana also gave Dalton Gomez $25,000 for his lawyer fees. So there we go. Dalton and Ari are done. And also remember, allegedly there is a clause in their divorce agreement that he cannot speak out about their relationship. So keep that in mind as well. That was conveniently left out of the TMZ report, but I did not forget that was originally reported. Also, you guys, as far as Ariana and Ethan Slater, I wanted to fill y'all in because apparently there were rumors that Ariana and Ethan Slater had broken up, but that is not the case. I saw on Dumois that Ethan Slater just recently posted about Ariana Grande on his close friend story and like her hitting the Billboard charts and said so proud. So no, Ethan and Ariana are still very, very much together, still a thing. Ethan Slater's divorce, on the other hand, not wrapped up, not settled, nowhere near settled. They're still in mediation. So Ethan Slater still has some drama going on. But Ariana Grande, on the other hand, is officially a divorcee. She is a divorcee, a divorced woman, and already on her rebound relationship. Normie said pennies on the dollar for Ariana. Oh, absolutely. You think Ariana was like worried about writing that $1 million check? She was probably like, I will gladly pay $1.25 million to buy your silence. Like, you know, it was like probably the easiest $1.25 million that she's ever spent, honestly. Which, you know what? I mean, good for her, you know, good for Ari. That's all I'm going to say about that. Jessica said, still with SpongeBob, that's a choice. But then again, it was also a choice to get with him in the first place. T. Jody said, if he cheated on Ariana, why is he banned from talking out? He would naturally not want to talk about it. Seems shady AF. What did Ariana do that he knows? T. Because remember, for those of you who are like, wait, cheating? On Ariana's new album, Eternal Sunshine, she does allude to the fact that Dalton Gomez cheated on her, which made some people pause and be like, oh my God, we've been dragging this woman for possibly cheating on Dalton Gomez, but is it possible that Dalton cheated on her first and then that's when she got with Ethan Slater? Either way, in my opinion, even if Dalton Gomez cheated first, like Ariana is seemingly kind of making us draw that conclusion, Ethan Slater's wife still felt like they had a good marriage. And she found out about them having issues and being separated and him dating Ariana in the press, just like the rest of us. So even if Dalton cheated on Ari and they were apart, okay, fine. But Ethan was still very much, in my opinion, allegedly, with his wife. His wife still felt like they were together and going to raise their child. So there was still some messiness with Ariana getting with Ethan, even if her and Dalton were done like she claims on the album, in my opinion. Cass said, new rule, I will super chat every time Jax poops during an appropriate story. Today's was during the Joe Jonas team. Monday was Kar Jenner. Okay, that's hilarious. It's like Jax knows. He knows when we're talking about the junk punch in public list. That's what it is. Jax already knows about the junk punch in public list because Joe Jonas is on it. And I think, who did we talk about? We talked about Scott Disick on Monday, which honestly, Scott, I go back and forth, but that's hilarious, Cass. I'm absolutely dying. Jelena said, I give Ari a bit of a side eye for implying that knowing Dalton legally cannot give his side of the story. T, exactly. I mean, you know what I will say I think Ariana has absolutely perfected? I feel like Ariana has perfected coming off as very like docile and quiet and sweet and soft-spoken and like she could never. You know, guys, what I'm talking about? Like that interview she did with Zach Sang comes off very meek and very just inside herself. Like when you see her during that interview, you're not thinking this woman could break up a family. You're thinking, oh my God, this woman's been through a divorce. She's emotional. She's an artist. She really draws you in. And I think that she's really good at projecting that image. But then when it comes to behind the scenes and like this divorce situation, she's savage. She is quiet savage. Actually, what I like to say is she's a closet you-know-what, which I don't like closet you-know-whats. I feel like if you're going to be a you-know-what, just be it with your whole chest out in public. But that's sometimes how I feel about her. It's like the public persona is very different from what I think could be going on behind closed doors. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who feels that way. And again, I'm not trying to be shady towards Ariana. I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just telling you guys how I feel in regards to the whole Ethan Slater situation and her demeanor as of late after her divorce. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't hate Ariana Grande. I don't hate any celebrity, okay? Let me be clear. I do not hate anyone, but it's just something that I've picked up on as of late. And I just want to know if I'm crazy. Okay, some of you, Becky said, I agree. She's an actress. I agree. Yep. Okay, Diana said yes. Brittany said she plays the innocent girl. Okay, that's making me feel better. Because I'm like, am I crazy? Sometimes I have to check in with you guys. Like, am I saying something that is not right? You know what I mean? Jody said she's calculated. Okay. Jessica said, as a New Yorker, all I'll say is there's some stories about her true character since the Broadway days. Jessica, if you follow me on Instagram, hit me with that DM. I want to hear the stories. Because I just went and saw a Broadway show last night. I went and saw Chicago. And so I'm tapped into the Broadway tea right now. So let me know. Jessica, I am Madison Hill on Instagram, 2Ds. Hit me with the tea. Melissa said, I think she's misunderstood. That might be part of it, honestly. Maybe we're misunderstanding her. Like she's coming off a certain way, but that's not really how she is. That's true. Melissa, you could be right. You could be right. Amani said, I've heard Ari is one of the worst to work with due to her attitude. Okay, well, Jessica's gonna give us some tea. Jessica's gonna give us some tea about the Broadway, what's going on in the Broadway world, because I want to know. Okay, let's go ahead, you guys, and move on and talk about Kate Middleton, because some major royal family updates for you guys. So first of all, someone at the hospital that Kate was at, the London clinic, Someone there reportedly tried to look at her medical records and was caught. This is coming from a new report from the Mirror, and this report claims that someone tried to gain access to Kate's personal file and was intercepted in the act. There's not a lot of details on how this person was caught, but apparently other workers at the hospital were shocked and shaken up by this because the London clinic is an honorable establishment. They have a lot of high-profile patients. Now, the hospital did release a statement saying, quote, "We firmly believe that all of our patients, no matter their status, deserve total privacy and confidentiality regarding their medical information." Now, I imagine that the UK has to have laws about stealing medical records. Like here in the US, we have HIPAA, where you cannot be doing that. Like even when I worked in Papa Hill's office, you guys, obviously people we knew would come into the office and we were not allowed to look up anything. Like that is so illegal. You cannot look up other people's medical records out of the blue. Like that, oh, I read it's a criminal offense in the UK. Thank you, Betty. You cannot be doing that. Like that is super, super, super illegal. But I will say, I'm also shocked this hasn't happened sooner. Like, I'm shocked nobody at the hospital was like, I'm going to risk it for the public and look into these medical records. It is crazy that they were caught before they could get anything out. But yeah, very interesting that this is just now happening. I feel like someone in the US, someone would have tried to do this way sooner. But kind of interesting, and interesting that they were intercepted and not even able to get any information out. Also, you guys, Kate and William's friend, tech CEO Christopher Bowsey, is contributing his opinion to the Kate Middleton controversy. He tweeted some older photos and videos of Kate and William walking together to prove that he does not believe the farmer's market video is Kate Middleton. Now, I know some people were saying that TMZ also put out a report that now they're saying that video wasn't Kate Middleton. I'm a little iffy with TMZ on that because they said it with their whole chest that it was a legit video. And then once people started questioning them, then all of a sudden they were like, oh, we don't know. And it's like, okay, but allegedly you checked this metadata. So who checked the metadata? Somebody who doesn't know how to read? Like, I feel like you're backpedaling now. You know what I mean? But it does weird me out that somebody who knows Kate and William is also saying, I know Kate and William, and that video does not look like Kate. That is spooky. That is fueling those conspiracy theories. Okay, Jessica said, Madison, it's very illegal. They're breaking quite a few laws and can be arrested. Okay, so whoever was looking up those medical records, I'm sure they know who it is, and I'm sure they're probably dealing with some legalities. Also, you guys, Rose Hanbury, the woman who is allegedly William's mistress. Yesterday in my pop-off, I filled you guys in on how her lawyers have denied that anything was going on with her and William. But now a royal expert recently spoke to Us Magazine saying that Rose is, quote, very upset by these affair rumors. She apparently was upset when they broke back in 2019, and she's more upset now that they've come up again. So Rose Hanbury very much wants to be excluded from the narrative, but unfortunately for poor Rose Hanbury, until we see Kate Middleton and until we see her and William in HD 4K looking like a married couple, I feel like her name is still going to be brought up in conversation. Just my opinion. Okay, Canograndma said it looks like Kate to me. I don't know. I'm not buying the video for some reason. I think I'm just really skeptical. I want to see her in a Getty image. I want to see her face. I need to see it clear. Like all of these grainy photos and videos are just not doing it for me personally. Superstar Bella said, this is not the olden days where you can just lock your wife in a tower. That is not Henry VIII days. Where is Kate? Exactly. Farmer Fred said, every year Kate and William go to the African song night and Kate just won't come off. Oh, that's why she's in the hospital. Oh, talking about some of the accusations against Kate and William and their racist tendencies. Jessica said, I don't buy the video at all. I want a full-on press conference. April said, why are they pushing back her royal duties? Exactly. It's just like all of it is adding up. Gigi is pro leaving Kate alone, that she's on sick leave from a job. If my thing, Gigi, I totally get what you're saying. However, if she really is on sick leave, she's recovering, and she can't do all of these normal activities, then how was she power walking carrying groceries? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And for me, the thing is, I feel like she doesn't, I guess, necessarily owe the public an explanation, but the royal family owes the public an explanation. That might be selfish of me. That might be very American for me to feel that way. But this is the future queen. This is someone who is going to be in charge. She has not been seen. You guys are not giving any details. You're letting the public and the internet run the narrative. And it would be so much easier to put this all at risk, show us that she's okay, or it would put this all to rest by showing us that she's okay. And they're not doing that. And that's why I feel like it's weird. Yeah, William can be king without her for sure, but I feel like people really love Kate. You know what I mean? We care. We want to see that she's okay. We want to see her talking. It's just, at this point, all of the conspiracy theories have gotten too wild that, yes, even though I know she needs to rest and relax, the conspiracy theories are out of control. They need to put everything to rest, in my opinion. Not another grainy photo, because that's definitely not doing it, okay? Also, Prince Harry, you guys, new report from Page 6. A source said that Harry has been, quote, distracted with concern over the headlines regarding Kate Middleton. But the source also said that Harry thinks, quote, any hint of scandal is untrue. Now, I don't know if a hint of scandal in regards to William cheating on Kate, a hint of scandal in regards to Kate not being okay. I don't know. But Harry is concerned about all of the headlines surrounding Kate Middleton. I will say, if I were Harry and Meghan Markle, I would be sitting pretty in my estate in California, and I would be like, it is nice for the heat to be off us for a change. I mean, for once, they are not the ones under the microscope. And honestly, it honestly has to be a nice feeling for them as of right now. Betty said it's kind of getting scary. Betty, I agree with you. Honestly, for me, I think it's just all giving me a true crime feel, and I don't like that. It feels weird to me. Julie said William didn't cheat, I don't think. I hope not. I hope after seeing what his parents went through, William wouldn't cheat, but I'm skeptical of Will a little bit, if I'm being honest. I used to love him and Kate, but I feel like something's changed, and I don't feel like I can say with 1,000,000% certainty that he didn't do anything with Rose or with anyone. So hopefully Kate is fine. Hopefully King Charles is fine. Hopefully this all gets wrapped up soon. Easter is coming up, so maybe she'll surprise us all into a public appearance for Easter, and then we'll all shut up about it. But we will definitely see. Christina, I agree with you. This is giving deja vu. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, you guys, and talk about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. So Megan Fox is on Call Her Daddy, you guys, and she did confirm that her and Machine Gun Kelly called off their engagement for a period of time. But as far as where they stand now, she didn't fully give us all the tea. She just alluded to a few things. So Megan Fox said, quote, I think that what I've learned from being in this relationship is that it's not for public consumption. So I think as of now, I don't have a comment on like the status of the relationship. What I can say is that it is what I refer to as being my twin soul. And there will always be a tether to him no matter what. So Megan Fox confirmed her and MGK did call off their engagement for a time being. She's not confirming whether they're on or off. She's saying that their relationship is no longer going to be for public consumption and that she's going to keep it to herself. However, she will always feel tethered to Machine Gun Kelly, which is kind of on brand for what we were talking about on Monday, how we talked about how their relationship sometimes like borderlines a little bit toxic, and that answer is giving me a little bit toxic. Like, even if it's an unhealthy situation, I'm always going to be tethered to the man. You know what I mean? It's just like, interesting. It was on the Call Her Daddy podcast with Alex Cooper, Amani. This Song the Fear said she sounds like a divorcee with kids talking about her ex. Sacred Space said twin souls sound like curses, don't they? Oh, so intense and tragic. Sacred Space, I do feel like the twin soul thing or twin flame thing is kind of a crazy concept. I don't believe that they don't exist, because obviously you guys know I'm big into spirituality. But ever since watching that documentary about those people who ran the cult, making people believe that they could find their twin souls or twin flames for one another, that term just always kind of freaks me out. It gives me cults. Ever since watching that documentary, I think it was on Netflix, where it was like that couple and they pulled people in by being like, we'll find you your twin flame. And then it was a big scam and it was crazy. During this interview, I don't know if anyone else watched that, but highly recommend. Also during this interview, you guys, Megan Fox addressed all of the plastic surgery that she's had. She's had 3 breast augmentations, a nose job, Botox, and filler. She said that she would get a BBL if she had enough fat for them to use from her stomach. Must be nice. She said, quote, I feel like there's this stigma and I'm not going to win. I hope it sets some people free. And that's why she decided to let everyone know what plastic surgery she's had, which I will say, I actually love that she is very honest about her surgery that she's been having, because I agree, Jelena, I can respect it. And I respect it because so many times celebrities don't tell us what they've had done. And they just perpetuate these unrealistic standards on Instagram. I think we all know who I'm talking about. Or you have people like Jennifer Lopez being like, buy my skincare, I've never had Botox. And it's like, okay, girl, okay. Whereas at least Megan Fox is like, yeah, I've had my boobs done 3 times. I've had a nose job. I get Botox. I get filler. I would get a BBL if I could. I actually really respect her openness. And I think that comes from years of people just absolutely berating the living you-know-what out of her. Because she also talked a lot about how, yes, she would be like considered the standard of beauty, but then if she ever changed her looks or if she ever did anything different, the paparazzi would just absolutely obliterate her. So I feel like the point she is now is like, let me just put it all out there, because what's the worst that's going to happen? They're not going to drag me any worse than they've dragged me before. So I kind of appreciate the fact that she's honest about her body, honest about the work she's done. And while she didn't give 100% answer on where she stands with Machine Gun Kelly, it clearly sounds like they're still together in some capacity. Maybe it's just an on and off situation. Miss Heather said it's nice for someone to be honest for once, and that's what I agree too, honestly. SC said, own your truth, her choice, her body. Exactly. Honestly, truthfully, I do not judge anyone who's had plastic surgery as long as you're honest about it. Like, if I had the money, you guys know I'd get liposuction in my kneecaps. I've said that before. Would 1,000,000% do that. I know it's a very niche thing to want to get done, but that's one of my insecurities. I have chunky kneecaps. I would do that if I had the money, you know what I mean? So I never ever judge anyone for getting plastic surgery. I just want you to be honest about it, so that way I know what's realistic and what's not, you know what I mean? Like, never ever ever judging anyone for doing anything. I know, like, we could all go on and on about what we want done, you know what I mean? And I also don't think it makes you weak if you want anything done. I think that's another like misconception. If you want something done, it's like, oh, you're not confident. Oh, you're weak. You have bad self-worth. It's like, that's not necessarily true. Sometimes people just want to improve something about themselves. Like for me, obviously, I'm fine with my chunky knees, but if I could fix them, I would want to. But it doesn't hinder how I feel about myself. I'm just like, I mean, if I could fix one thing, that would be it. That would be it. Again, no, it's very niche. And I'm absolutely dying at you guys sending love to my knees. That's why I love you guys. You know what I mean? Oh God, don't let my knee thing get under your head. I just saw Michaela said, damn, now I'm thinking about if my knees are uggo. No, our knees are not uggo. None of us have uggo knees at all. I'm just saying, you know, me personally, that's like one thing I always notice when I'm wearing shorts or a skirt or a dress. I'm like, the knees. It's just because I have thick legs, you know what I mean? Thick thighs save lives, so it's totally fine. But I appreciate Megan Fox for being honest. I feel like it was actually a really good interview overall for Megan Fox. And even though she is different in the sense of, you know, she talks about drinking blood and doing rituals, and she was making jokes about the Illuminati. you know, I feel for her. I will say I like her a little bit more after that interview, but I'm still a little skeptical of her and Machine Gun Kelly, just because I feel like that relationship is a lot of energy for me personally. Yes, you guys, thick thighs save lives. Have you heard that before? Jessica said, I need that. I'm a thick thigh lady. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Because how could I have this naturally big tush if I didn't have big thighs? You know what I mean? So you guys know I always say, God bless me with a big butt. He couldn't bless me with boobs and a butt, because that would just be unfair. You know what I mean? Gigi said, I'm not sure my thighs are even saving me, but respect. Gigi's like, I respect it. I respect it. Jelena said, true strength are within those who are courageous enough to own their negativity. I agree. Honestly, that's true. Amani said, you notice celebs that partake in drinking blood and wash their face in blood always really do look young forever. I know, that's spooky though. I don't want to, you guys know I don't want any of that juju. We only want love, light, and positivity. That's the kind of juju we want over here. But let's go ahead and move on, you guys, and talk about Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet and get into this tea, you guys. And then we're going to get into Taylor and Travis and then Selena Gomez. Okay, speaking of Kylie Jenner, Timothée Chalamet. So fans think, first of all, that Florence Pugh is not a fan of Kylie Jenner. Florence Pugh has been friends and worked with Timothée Chalamet for several years now, okay? Fans noticed that Kylie Jenner started following Florence on Instagram recently, and she hasn't followed her back. Now, Florence Pugh actually follows a lot of people, so it's not like she's trying to keep her numbers down and not hit Kylie back with that follow. I will say it is interesting that Florence Pugh did not follow Kylie Jenner back. I will say they did meet for the first time about a month ago at Paris Fashion Week. They did take a photo together, but it did cause me a little side-eye to see that Miss Flo is not following Kylie back. Interesting. Also interesting because we have a new report from OK Magazine that's giving us some insight into why Timothée might not be in the spotlight with Kylie Jenner as much anymore. Now remember, because we haven't really seen them in public, there have been breakup rumors surrounding these two. However, it sounds like this source told OK Magazine that Timothée did not like all of the attention him and Kylie got at the Golden Globes. He felt like it took the attention away from the real reason as to why he was there. The source then went on to say that Timothy's career is taking off and he wants to protect it and let it thrive based on his talent, not on who he is or isn't dating. And he also allegedly wants to protect his relationship with Kylie. What do we think? What do we think about Timothée wanting to protect his relationship with Kylie? And do we think that Florence Pugh is not the biggest fan of Miss Jenner? What do we think? Sacred Space said, gotta say, I don't blame you, Florence Pugh. I mean, I kind of feel like Miss Flo is a very serious actress, you know what I mean? And she's talked about this before. That's why she had issues with Olivia Wilde on the set of, oh my God, why am I forgetting that movie that they did? Oh my gosh, with Harry Styles. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. Florence Pugh had issues with Olivia Wilde on the set of that movie because Olivia Wilde would always be messing around. Don't worry, darling. Thank you, Sacred Space. Florence Pugh didn't like how Olivia wasn't taking things super seriously all the time and she was always running off to be with Harry. Like, Florence Pugh is serious, and I feel like if she saw Kylie Jenner possibly distracting Timothée, or if she felt like maybe she is influencing his public perception, I could see Florence Pugh stepping in and being like, Timothée, is this the right choice for us? Is this the right move? I don't know. I could see it. Cass said, Jack still needed to chime in during Card Jenner tea time. He lost the top of his banana and you'd think he broke his leg. These kids, man, they know when to start. Cass is like, Jax, trying to figure out what's going on with Kylie and Timothée and Florence Pugh. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jax really does have a knack for knowing the tea, honestly. He really does. He really does. Betty said, please don't call her Miss Flo. That's what Oh Wild called her. Oh, I know. But I think it's funny because Florence Pugh took the insult back. And remember, she captioned one of her Instagram posts saying Miss Flo. So that's why I live for it. Because I think Olivia Wilde was trying to be rude. And Florence Pugh just like absolutely reclaimed the nickname, and I live for it. Miles said Florence had pictures with a few people in the Paris event. She posted them on IG, and about 9 of them. The one with Kylie was omitted. Florence was trying to be nice with Kylie. I kind of feel that way too. And even if you see the photos that they took at Paris Fashion Week, Kylie's like leaning in and giving a duck face, and Florence is like, you know, Florence, like, I know anyone can relate to this. When you have a friend who starts dating somebody new and you don't love that person who they're dating, but you love your friend and you're trying to give their new partner a chance because that's the right thing to do. That's what I feel like Florence Pugh was doing at Paris Fashion Week. Like, that's the energy she was giving me. She was giving me the like, okay, here we go. Not the like, oh my God, nice to meet you. It's been forever. I've heard so much about you. That was not the energy I was getting. It was very much giving, I'm doing this for Timmy. And good for her. But she doesn't have to follow her back for Timmy. And that much is very clear. So it'll be interesting now that people are pointing this out to see if Florence ends up following her or if Timothy's like, hey, hello, can you just follow her, please? It'll be interesting, but I thought, what an odd possible little feud. Florence Pugh and Kylie Jenner, which I don't even think Florence Pugh would necessarily be coming at it as a place of like disdain for Kylie Jenner. It would be more so her trying to protect Timothy Chalamet. You know what I mean? And just like being a protective friend, which honestly I respect. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And then we're going to talk about Miss Selena Gomez, you guys. So Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, we know that they are on vacation, but we now have confirmation that they are likely on vacation in the Bahamas, specifically staying on this one island at this specific hotel. I'm trying not to put it out there as much so they can have some sort of privacy. It irritates me that places on Instagram and TMZ are always like publicizing the name of the hotel. I'm like, okay, let's like safety-wise not do that. Okay, but they are allegedly on vacation in the Bahamas, and TMZ tried to be messy, you guys, and put out a theory that Taylor Swift is vacationing with Travis Kelce in the exact same spot, in the exact same hotel as she did with Joe Alwyn. And my question for TMZ and whoever's trying to be messy and put out that article is, well, Roxanne, she is allegedly staying at Lenny Kravitz's motorhome again as well. The hotel that they're referring to is like the dock that they pulled up on their boat. Allegedly, they're allegedly staying in the same place. However, my question is like, does that matter? I don't know. I genuinely don't know how I would feel. I personally feel like that's not that big of a deal. I feel like when you're dating someone and you've been somewhere and it's nice and it's relaxing and she knows that she can go there and be safe and have a vacation and she wants Travis to experience it, what's the harm of taking him there just because she went there with Joe Alwyn? Like, so she can never travel anywhere with Travis that she's been to with Joe Alwyn? Am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe, let me know. You know I ship Tavis, so I'm obviously going to defend them. But I really don't feel like it's that big of a deal. Okay, a lot of you are saying it shouldn't matter. It's not a big deal. Jocelyn said there's nothing wrong with going to the same vacation spot, especially how privacy plays a role. Travis also went to the Bahamas with his ex. Exactly. I'm like, it's not like the Bahamas is this groundbreaking vacation spot. Like, hello? I just feel like it's not that big of a deal. Mona Lisa said, I think for normal people it's a big deal, but for celebs, they need reputable, secure places to get away. Emily said, that would be like you can't go to the same restaurant you took your ex. Who cares? Jessica, I was thinking this too. So can Travis not come to London Wembley concert because of Joe Alwyn? And that's what I thought too. I was like, so can Travis and Taylor never go to the UK? Like, it's just, it seems silly to me. I don't know. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Jack said, I vacation with 2 different boyfriends at the same spot. Jack said, I don't see one little thing wrong with anything Taylor Swift is doing because I'm right there with ya. And I absolutely live for it. I really feel like it's not that big of a deal, honestly. I feel like she knows where she can be safe. She knows where she gets privacy. And it looks gorgeous. Okay, the water is like crystal clear blue. And I just picture Travis Kelce like geeking out over the really blue water. And I know that they're having a fantastic time. Also, you know the vibes of her going with Joe Alwyn and going with Travis Kelce? Two totally different vibes, for sure. Also, we have a new report from People Magazine, you guys. A source confirmed to People that Taylor and Travis are still very happy. They've been enjoying just having time to relax and spend together. Also, you guys, LOL, Travis Kelce sang Bad Blood on the new episode of his New Heights podcast with Jason Kelce. We live for that. Also, non-Tavis related, but still Taylor related, there are rumors that Taylor might be collabing with Beyonce on her upcoming country album. Beyonce recently teased that she has some surprises coming on her album on her Instagram, and people are thinking that she might be having a collab with Taylor Swift. We know that these are two women who are powerhouses. People have compared them to one another for years, despite them always showing up to support one another. Taylor got her start in country. So do we think it's possible that Taylor is a collab on Beyonce's album? I'm hoping so. I think that would be iconic. I think that would be amazing. And I think it would be a way to hopefully once and for all shut everyone up who always compares these two. You know what I mean? Like, people are always trying to pit these two against one another. And so even though they still show up for one another, they go to one another's events, but it's never enough. So I hope that there is a collab on there, because then I feel like it would definitely be a way to just like shut everything down. You know what I mean? Clearly, they're fine. They work together. They create music together. I don't know. I would be so here for it. I feel like Taylor is in one of the best places she's ever been. She's got Travis. They're on vacay. She's obviously putting out her own new album here soon. Possibly a collab with Beyonce. She's on vacation. She's going to pick back up an Eras tour in May. Like, I don't know. I'm here for it. Jen Shelton said, if so, when does Taylor sleep? The girls got work ethic. Jen T, thank you. Hello, Daisy. I'm happy you're here. That's why I always say, I totally understand if you hate Taylor Swift's music. I don't understand, but I'll say I understand. That pains me, but you know what I mean? However, when it comes to her as a person, like, what are you having negative to say? The girl works her butt off. She's always donating money. She's happy in love. She's close with her family. Like, what else do you want from her? She advocates for what's right and what she believes in. Like, what else do you want from the girl? She does deserve a vacation. And you know what? She deserves to vacation in peace without people trying to cause drama and say, oh my God, Taylor Swift's a horrible person for possibly taking Travis to the same place that she might have vacationed with Joe Alwyn. Like, let her live. Let her live. Let her go on vacation. Let her go on vacation with Travis Kelce in the same place that she went with Joe Alwyn. Who cares? Who cares? Taylor and Beyonce will be total fire. I know, you guys. So hopefully this is a correct fan theory. Obviously, we don't know yet. We won't know till Beyonce's album comes out, but I am crossing my fingers that this happens because I feel like it would really be iconic. So I'd be here for it. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on. Amani said, "Hello, Madison, you're so pro Tay. Watching you has made me like Taylor more." I know, Amani, I will say I try to hide my love for Taylor because I know it annoys people. I try, but like it comes out. It comes out, and I am, for the most part, pretty unbiased when it comes, I try to give I give you the unbiased facts and I give you my opinion. And I will always try to call people out when I feel like they deserve to be called out. But for Taylor, I mean, she just thankfully has not given me much to call her out about. And I live for it. I can't hide it. I love her. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You guys know I'm a Swiftie, but I'm a mature Swiftie. I'm not one of those immature Swifties who are like doing weird stuff online and dragging people and online bullying people. Like, that's a no for me. But a mature Swiftie, do I listen to That's Taylor Swift on Spotify exclusively? I absolutely do. Will I be streaming her Beyonce collab, if there is one, to no end? Absolutely, I will be. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, okay? That's That I'm hoping it happens. Jody said, it exudes from you, Madison. My friends tell me the same thing as a Swiftie. Yes. Normalize being a mature Swiftie. I feel like we are an underrated group. You know what I mean? Because everyone just lumps all the Swifties in together. But there's a difference. We are mature Swifties. It's very different. Yeah, see, Jocelyn said the Swifties were dragging Travis's ex yesterday, and I cringe. Exactly. Like, I'm not going on Kayla Nicole's Instagram to say anything about her. I don't care. Her and Travis are broken up. I'm happy she's living her best life. You know what I mean? But the mature Swiftie in me just is focused on her music, and focused on Travis. You know what I mean? We don't need to hide it. We're not part of the toxicity problem. Okay, yes, you guys, we just hit 300. We're growing. We're growing consistently. All 300 of you just logged on right in time for the Selena Gomez tea. If you are here and you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so, you guys. So Selena Gomez, according to Bloomberg News, Selena is reportedly in the process of exploring selling Rare Beauty. Now, Rare Beauty is worth an estimated $2 billion. That is billions, not millions, billions. She reportedly brought in bankers to weigh in potential offers from companies. However, for those of you hearing this and being like, oh my God, Selena's giving away Rare Beauty, because that's what I thought initially. It's reported that Selena will still likely remain involved with the business even after the sale, which I'm happy to hear about, because Cass, I thought the same thing. Cass said, no, I love her touch on the product though. And Cass, that's why I got nervous too, because I'm like, I feel like what makes Rare Beauty great is that Selena is very involved. But if she would still be involved in the business after becoming a billionaire ×2, can you hate on her for it? I won't. Cree, oh my God, cute. Thank you, Cree. Thank you, Cree. I love your little birdie. That's reminding me that, oh, it's a mic drop. I thought it was a weight. I was like, thank you for reminding me I need to work out after this. But mic drop on the Swifties. Mic drop on the mature Swifties. What do we think about Selena possibly selling Rare Beauty, you guys? What do we think? Gigi said, I'm sad she's quitting things, though. I hope she has some awesome creations. Miss Jackie X said, no, Selena. No, I like her owning it. I don't want it to change. Cousin said, I'm all for her making money, but I wouldn't want her to walk away from it. And then Cass said, okay, then I'll be okay with it as long as she's still involved. And that's how I feel too, honestly. My only concern is if she sells and she doesn't have as big of a stake, that the quality will go down, because I feel like, let's be realistic, that's sometimes what happens, right? When someone takes over your baby, so to speak, they don't put in the same amount of care and attention to detail as you do. But I also have to trust that Selena Gomez would not sell to anyone who would not maintain the level and the quality that Rare Beauty has been for these past 5 years. And so hopefully it would be okay. And if, this is her chance to become a billionaire, I'm not going to hate on the girl. I'm going to say go for it. Just make sure, obviously, that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. I's are dotted. Hello. Can you tell I'm all discombobulated today? But I'm happy for Selena. I feel like if she feels like this is what she has to do, girl, do it. She also posted on her Instagram story, her and Benny Blanco are currently doing a little long distance situation. They just had their first virtual date. He left her a little card. Again, you guys know, love Benny Blanco, very pro him and Selena Gomez now. Nicole said, hello, Madison. Hi, everyone. Just got home from work. I wish I could catch it at the beginning. Nicole, that's okay. You're catching it towards the end, girly. And I'm happy you're home from work. And also you can just rewind and catch up on the tea. So it's all good. It's all good. Maria said, Haley is probably cringing. LOL. Dying. But it's like, she, I'm sure, considers Selena a peer in some sense. And to see that Selena is getting ready or, putting feelers out there to possibly sell her company that's worth $2 billion, that would just be something else I would use to be like, I'm not ready to have kids yet because look at what people my age are doing. Like, that's what I need to be doing right now. I need to be trying to get my company to be worth $1 billion, So I feel like that's probably low-key fueling her desire to want to, keep doing career things before having a child, which is absolutely 1000% totally fair. Yes, April, no Bieber updates. I'm giving the trolls a rest because people love to troll me every time I talk about the Biebers. And so we are giving the trolls a rest for today. And guess what? We still hit over 300 live viewers. So for all of those trolls who are saying I have to talk about the Biebers in order to get people to watch my lives, clearly that is not the case. So, but I will take your engagement anyway. So thank you for hate watching anyway. Robert said, I love Benny and Selena. He treats Selena like a queen. He really does, honestly. He truly, truly does. And I feel like she finally has somebody in her corner 1,000,000% of the way. So I'm here for Selena. I'm here for her possibly selling Rare Beauty if she feels like that's the best move for her. Gigi said, can't say I don't want billions to retire. Exactly. And I don't even necessarily think she's selling it so she doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Like these sources are saying, and this is coming from Bloomberg News, you guys, so legitimate. She will still be involved in Rare Beauty, but I also think, I'm sure selling it will free her up to also focus on other things. We know she really wants to do more with acting. Also, you know, if those blind items we're hearing about are true and she decides she wants to leave her record label and try something else out, this would also give her the time to do that. Amani said, if Selena is pregnant, I'm calling it now. LOL. So I feel like, you know, she's in her making money era. She's in her businesswoman era. She's a businesswoman. She's an artist. She's an actress, a philanthropist, like a girlfriend. You know what I mean? She is truly, truly, absolutely slaying the game. She's killing it. And I think that's why it's always so funny too when people say like Selena plays the victim, Selena needs the Biebers. Hilarious, because I just named 5 things off the top of my head that she's doing. Like, I think girl is good. Same when people say, oh my God, Taylor needs press. That's why she's dating Travis Kelce. L-O mother effing L. Like, let me tell you one thing about Selena and Taylor. That is 1000% confirmed. Neither of those women need press, and they are both booked and busy and unbothered. 1,000,000%. Sacred Space, you know, I have to get some people together sometimes because they try to bring her down. And you know, I don't like that. I do not like that because it's not even true. If there was some evidence of Selena using the Biebers to get press, if there was some evidence, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, you know, you guys make a good point. But there's not. If anything, historically, it's been the other way around. So I always think that's a hilarious thing that people try to throw in Selena's face and in my face. I'm like, okay, hilarious. All right. Betty said, TS has press for the rest of her life. Exactly. And honestly, so does Selena Gomez. Like, I think neither of them have to worry about that ever. Okay. Is there anything else that y'all want to discuss before we wrap up this happy hour hang? Jocelyn said, I'm so over those dumb people who think Taylor and Travis are fake. Have they seen the effort they've put into their relationship? Literally, Jocelyn, thank you. That was my one qualm with Lala from Vanderpump Rules. She was like, I think it's for PR. I was like, Lala, I'm always on your side. You're one of my favorite Vanderpump people, but don't get on your podcast and say that it's for PR because I'm not about it. Michelle, oh my gosh, thank you for staying up until 2 a.m. Michelle said, almost 2 a.m. in the morning, going to bed. Thank you for the tea and all the positive vibes, Mads. Much love. Michelle, sleep sweet. Thank you for staying up. Shout out to our international girlies, you guys, who stay up way past their bedtime for the tea. Like, y'all are truly icons. I cannot thank you enough. Maria, I did watch, I'm like halfway through the new Valley show, and Jax doesn't change. Jax Taylor does not change for all of the Vanderpump people. Him and his wife Brittany are currently separated. And watching the first episode of the show, they're not giving me separated energy like another couple on the show. But so far, I don't hate the Valley show, Maria. I don't hate it so far. I think Kristen is still unhinged. Jax is still the exact same. Like, complaining about how 30 cameos are a lot of hard work. Give me a break. but so far I'm mildly intrigued, and I didn't think I would be. So I am mildly intrigued by the Valley show. So we'll see if I keep up with it. But I did watch, I will say, if you can stomach it, the Nickelodeon documentary is really interesting. So it's on HBO Max, Quiet on Set. If you watched Nickelodeon as a kid, I will say it is an interesting watch. Also, not sure if anyone has watched Apples Never Fall Far on Peacock. We talked about that on Monday. Did anyone start that? Jelena said, Madison, how do you feel about Kanye West exposing Ice Spice for sending him a verse and possibly working with him? Do you think she's low-key betraying Taylor in a way? You know, Jelena, it's really hard because I feel like Kanye lives to break people's trust. And I'm sure when Ice Spice got the call from him saying, can you help me with a verse? You know, she's still fairly new in the industry. She felt like this would be a really cool thing for her to do. And it sucks that he betrayed her. I don't know, actually. Kanye and Kim is like the line for Taylor. But if it's a business-related thing, I feel like Taylor would be able to work through it with her. But hopefully Ice Spice learned her lesson. I mean, what's Taylor going to say? I told you so? I think that their friendship will survive it. But it definitely just goes on to prove, like, you can't trust Kanye. Again, look at how he's dressing his wife in public. I feel like if I, as a woman, saw that that is how he's dressing his wife, which I know Bianca's an adult, I know she signs on to dress like that, but just in general, the fact that I saw photos of her with her bananas hanging out, wearing a gold, basically, swimsuit out in public, like, how any woman could trust Kanye with anything is just crazy. Valentina said, 1 a.m. here in Milan. Been having trouble with the creativity for my master's design thesis, and working at night with you is just perfect. Oh my God, Valentina. Okay, masters. Okay, smarty pants. If we can help you in any way, get those creative juices flowing, we're here for you. We are freaking here for you. That is incredible. Yes, Travis Kelce is allegedly going to possibly be the host of a new game show, which I think would be amazing. We know that his managers have talked about trying to get him a career, obviously, outside of football. They know he can't play football forever. So I feel like that would be kind of in line with, you know, things that Travis Kelce wants to do. So I'm here for it. Tamara said, has anyone heard from Scott Disick lately? Tamara, the last we heard was him going out to the clubs with the 28-year-old Universal Music employee this past weekend. He's also lost a lot of weight. His face is giving Ozempic. No shade. Do what you got to do, Scott. But that's the last we heard from him. He was out this past weekend. So Scott Disick is Scott Disicking. So that's good. Eric got her bananas. That's about, it wasn't the full tush, just the bananas. And girls, you know what I'm talking about. Just that lower part of the cheeks. Hanging out. Poor Bianca. I don't know. I can't. Gigi, thank you so much. Thank you. Anything else, you guys? I know that a lot of us are going through a lot of serious things. Just want to send our continued love to one another, continued positive vibes. I hope that everyone was able to take this time, this happy hour hang, and like rest our brains, have some fun, spill some tea. I hope you had a giggle as well. And I hope that we all had a fantastic happy hour hang. Jelena said, Madison, how do you feel about Josh Peck and Devin Workshire speaking against Drake Bell and defending Dan Schneider? You know, Jelena, I think it's really difficult. There were a lot of celebrities, actually, that defended, Dan Schneider. I'm thinking about Brian Peck. You know, Drake Bell honestly didn't have really that many negative things to say about Dan Schneider. Remember, he said Dan Schneider was there for him. So, but as far as Josh Peck and Devin speaking out and defending Dan Schneider, that's their prerogative, and that's something that they have to deal with at night. You know what I mean? After watching that documentary, I would not want to speak out in defense of him. But that's me personally, and if they feel like that's what they want to do, and that is something they can go to bed with at night, that's on them. You know, that's on them, and it's not anything that I would want. Not a place I would want to be. Sacred Space said, any thoughts on Don Lemon and Elon Musk interview? Is that too heavy? No, no, no. Not at all. So Don Lemon did an interview with Elon Musk, and it was supposed to go live on Twitter, and then Elon Musk put the kibosh on it. Elon Musk is a weird dude, in my opinion. Like, just a weird guy, and I feel like I have always side-eyed him and his family. You guys know his dad married his stepdaughter? Weird. His dad literally is married to somebody who he used to be married to her mom. And now they have children together. So to me, Elon Musk just gives me the ick all around. Don Lemon, I think, is a great journalist. You know, I know he's controversial in some circles, but I do think he is a good journalist. And yeah, I think Elon Musk is just a strange guy. No, not Elon. Elon Musk's dad. So Elon Musk's dad is the woman he's married to right now was once his stepdaughter. She was the daughter of a woman he was married to previously, and now they have children together. Ever since I've seen that, I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Bye, Cass. Bye, Cass. Yes, everyone, please send Cousin love too. Cousin lost Hansel, one of her kitties, last week. So yes, everyone send Cousin some love as well. Like I said, it's just, you know, everyone's going through some stuff this week, you guys, but that's why we have each other. You know what I mean? That is why we have one another, and that is why we have this hour and 20 minutes together to kind of like forget about all of the stressors that are going on in our real life, and it's amazing. Jody said it's giving Tish and Noah Cyrus drama, literally Woody Allen. Yes, literally similar sitch. Similar sitch. It's weird. It is weird. But yeah, I don't know. Elon Musk I'll always be giving that man the side eye for sure. Also, how he's had like children with women. No one ever says anything until like the children are already born. Bizarre. But he is a multimillionaire, so I guess, and he's trying to go to space, so there's some positive things about Elon Musk, I guess. If I have to end it, I like to end things on a positive note, you know what I mean? But you guys, if there's nothing else that we want to discuss, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed, and please make sure you've clicked that notification bell. That way, whenever your YouTube notifications do work, you know when we're going live or a new video is posted. You guys know the best way to show up on time for a happy hour hang is to just set an alarm. Also, you guys, make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok at I am Madison Hill. Jessica, I still want that Broadway tea. I have not forgotten. Also, you guys, make sure you check out all of my merch over at my merch store at houseofhill.com. I love you, what do we say? Famity? We have the best famity here. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.